Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Cover 2 podcast. As always, I'm your host, Lawson Turner, and with the NBA draft wrapping up yesterday, I wanted to get this out and let's talk about what this video is going to be about. And as you can see right here, the Lakers drafted Bronny, and it's not much of a surprise considering the fact that, no one really expected him to go anywhere else other than the Lakers. There were some rumblings that, like the Suns and the Mavs a couple weeks ago, and just other teams were interested. But when we got close to the draft, we knew that it was damn near Lakers or bust. Now, I've seen a lot of backlash on Twitter and social media of like, oh, Bronny's a scrub and he's only got drafted because of his dad and things like that. Well, are his college numbers great? No, they're not. They're horrible. But um, glass half full. He is a year. Is it even a year yet since he's recovered from cardiac arrest? So obviously that's going to take a big toll, physically and mentally. It's one of those things where, well, I can't speak from experience because I haven't had cardiac arrest, but um, I'm sure there's just a giant mental block as to can I continue to go out there and keep trajecting up and up and up like Bronny was, because I was excited to see him, and then he goes into cardiac arrest, and it's horrible, and it's fantastic that he even came back and played his freshman season at all. Now, I was pro Bronny go back to college because you didn't get you know, there wasn't enough out there to make you not a credible draft pick, but you know, I felt like there was still reps to be had. Now, him and LeBron and just he wants to make a name for himself. That's awesome, and I can't wait to see what he does for the Lakers because I don't think that he's going to get much, if any, playing time at all this year due to he's still an extremely raw prospect. Like I think going to a team with his dad, it's a comfortability thing, and going to a team with LeBron and AD, and he's been around all these guys before. He's been not necessarily, maybe not in all NBA locker rooms, but he's been around these professional athletes and he knows what needs to happen in order to develop like his shot that still needs work. I think his athleticism has a not a next level because he's already a fantastic athlete, but he he's an undersized two guard. And there's nothing wrong with that. We see a lot of undersized two guards in the NBA. Great example, Miles McBride for the or Deuce McBride for the Knicks. He can be a he can be like a come off the bench role player. Do I think it'll happen this year? Absolutely not. I think that the only time we'll see Bronny is in like crazy blowout games in which JJ Redick empties the bench, and JJ is another reason as to why I think it's a good Bronny in the long term is a good pickup for the Lakers. JJ is a fantastic shooter, and I'm sure he knows how to work at shooting the basketball, whether it be coming off of screens, catching shoots, off the dribble. There's a lot of things that JJ can also help Bronny, learn and develop. And for everyone that's once again saying that, oh, he was just drafted because he's LeBron's son. Well, there's a lot of father son not duos that have played together, but there's a lot of players that have gotten drafted and their fathers were good NBA players and coaches. Like Pat Ewing's son went 43rd overall. Larry Nance Jr., Scottie Pippen the second. There's a Dell and Steph Curry and Seth, Austin and Doc Rivers, Michael and Klay Thompson. There's a lot of players that are in the NBA not just because they're dad, but can we did he get drafted due to his dad's name? Probably, but they're all it's if you just take the name off of it, does he get drafted? Probably not. He probably goes undrafted like Gary Payton's son. But it's not a reach at 55. Come on now. What are we doing? There's no reason for us to be glass half empty. There's not. And he's still crazy young. So like there's no I don't understand the backlash to me. I don't understand the other than the it's if your whole issue is he sucks. He got drafted just cuz he's LeBron's kid. Well, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And that's the way it went. And who else was there at 55 that they were going to take? Like there are Bronny has good foundational things that you can see because his dad is I don't know LeBron James. He runs the floor well. He has you can see you can see the instincts. You can see the court vision. You can in his limited time at USC and even in high school, you can see okay, there's some things there that's molded just from watching. I don't know his dad play in the NBA. There's no reason for it to be a bad thing. And even if it doesn't pan out, you don't think in the like let's just take Bronny getting drafted to the Lakers. Let's just take it off the board. Let's say this. You know what? No. Let's do Bryce. So Bryce got blessed with LeBron's height. He's what 6'6", 6'7" already. Let's say in about I don't know what what what's the word I'm looking for grade he's in, but let's say in about 4, 5, 6 years when LeBron's retired, you don't think a team's gonna just maybe in the second round draft Bryce because I don't know we'll we'll do a crapshoot with LeBron's kid. We'll see. Because when you're picking this low anyways, and another thing, it's the second round. It's not like they wasted the 17th pick on him. You know? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the hatred's too strong of a word. I don't understand the bounce back and the bad like just people on the internet, dog. And like we all know that people can just be wild on the internet, but it's like y'all are really upset that the Lakers with the 55th pick took Bronny. Like there's no reason to like shun the pick. And if you want to say, "Oh, he's taking up like a roster spot." I get it to a degree, but once again, it's a crapshoot with almost 3/4 of this draft class. And for most draft classes, it's a crapshoot. Even when you're someone that's LeBron James Jr. Like there's no. I just don't know. I don't get it. I think overall it's a good pick. I think that, like I mentioned, could he be a Miles McBride? Yeah, maybe in 2, 3 years. And by that time, maybe LeBron's retired and he gets more minutes due to that. That's just the way it is. Maybe he develops next off season and then maybe he starts to get on the court more. Or hell, they maybe they get into training camp and holy shit, even though he's undersized, he's ferocious on defense and he shoots the ball better than what we thought. And then we'll see him maybe 10 minutes a night in the regular season. Maybe. We don't know. We flatly don't know. And he didn't play a big enough sample size at USC. And for once again, people that just go by numbers. I tip my cap to you, dog. If all you're going by is numbers, then you got me beat. But as a glass half full kind of guy, I think that it's a good move overall. There was no reason for it to. There's no reason for it to be perceived as a bad move when like we've seen like I mentioned earlier, we've seen good players' sons get drafted just because, you know, and a lot higher than where Bronny just got drafted. Flatly, that's it. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this episode of the Cover 2 podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at the Cover 2 Pod 26 to stay up to date with the show. And as always, thank you so much for watching for the Cover 2 podcast. I'm Lawson Turner, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.